So we packed up the last remaining items that we're not going to be selling at our garage sale anymore. We're pretty much done with garage sales. I think I've had my fill of garage sales, but as I placed the items outside, I had a company come and pick it up for Army vets, and we donated the rest of the stuff. And as I did that, I started to really, think about all the stuff that we've been going through in the house. And I'm looking around and seeing the rooms feeling empty. You can hear your echo now in the house because there's less stuff. There's less shit in this house. So it's starting to dawn on me that it doesn't really feel like my house anymore, because I know a lot of my things are pretty much gone. And it's starting to hit me that we're leaving. Oh shit. This is my daughter's room. I'll show a before, but here's what it looks like now. And my daughter, she was just like her mom, pretty much a tomboy, so this is not her style at all. And she was extremely messy and had shit everywhere. But yeah, this is what it looks like now. And I was taking down her stuff in this room, and I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, like so much time has passed, and you don't realize it, like you go through the motions in life, and you don't think about your kids growing up, and like seeing your friends move away, and just like shit's moving along in life, and you don't notice until you don't notice until later, and you think everything's going to be the same, and you don't notice the changes that are happening every day. And it's definitely time, like I'm not regretting anything, but I think now it's forcing me to open my eyes and see what's really happening right now, and it's making me feel it a bit more. I tend to not acknowledge or see things because you just want to keep moving. You just want to keep pushing and keep going. And if I stop and think about it too long, I'll you'll feel something. And I'm always like that person where I'm just like, gotta keep going. You gotta keep pushing. Like, if you stop, then you're wasting time. You gotta keep going. And, that's the point of all this. You're supposed to stop. You're supposed to notice things. You're supposed to, notice what's happening around you. You're supposed to see your family and your friends and people getting older. And, it's just a lot of stuff has been hit me as I'm throwing away, shit and giving shit away. And it's just makes me feel the stuff that I've taken for granted, and knowing that, it's official that my daughter's moved out, and she's not coming back home. And I'm talking like she just left. Like, my daughter moved out when she was 18, 19 years old. She's like her mom. Like, she's on her shit. Like, when she wants something, she will go and get it. So she's just like me. She has that mindset, very stubborn. at times, but maybe in the back of my mind, I kind of thought to myself, like, you know, she would come back home, and she did for a short time, but that was very short-lived because, you know, she's her own person. She wants to do her own thing. But now that I'm packing up all her stuff and, like, I know there's no home for her to come back to, it's hitting me a little bit different because we've moved before, and I don't think this house she's had an attachment to like her previous home. That was the home she actually grew up with. And this time around is a bit different because, you know, I thought this was going to be our forever home. That was the whole intention of buying this home. But, you know, when I think about it, it's like she was already pretty much grown by the time we moved here, you know. But we have these like delusions in our head that, you know, your family connections and friends are always going to be the same. And when things change, you know, you start to feel differently. And I think going through everything in the house, it's forced me to realize all the changes that I've pretty much been ignoring. And, you know, seeing the rooms being empty and like me boxing up stuff and like, you know, giving it away. And it's not about the giving away part, but it's like, it's leaving my home and going to be used in someone else's home. And those are all good things. And I just think about like, I don't know, like silly stuff like, oh, a kid's going to play with this toy, you know, and then you start remembering like your kid playing with it and like the memories. And like, I see like pictures and shit. And it's like, I think about all the pictures that I've been saving and I don't look at them because, they make me sad. You know, like the times that, you know, we had birthday parties here and like gatherings and like, don't get me wrong. Like I'm an introvert and I hate having people here. I fucking hate it. You know, the cleaning, the cooking and all that shit. Like I hated it. But as much as I get annoyed of my family and like their crazy ass kids, my niece, my nephews, you know, of course you love these little shits, you know, jumping around and like making a mess and like, you know, dropping food on the floor. And, you know, it's like, you know, you see the differences in the photos from them being like essentially babies and then like how big they've gotten. And it's like, damn, so much time has passed and I never really noticed until, I mean, I noticed, but it's like now it's like making me notice even more. And it's just, you know, I just wanted to hop on here and basically like fucking make a fool out of myself, I guess. But just pretty much say like, this shit ain't easy. People talk about picking up and leaving and they don't talk about the hard shit that you got to go through in order to leave. Like, when people are like, oh, just, if you want to travel, just go. Just leave. And then they show up and they're like, oh, hey, I'm over here in La Carmen, Mexico. You know, I'm in Mexico City or I'm in Panama. And they're, you know, I got the background and they just show the montage of them packing boxes and then they're just waving at their house. Bye. And like, you know, the family and friends are like high-fiving or, you know, whatever. I don't know whose video I'm talking about. I'm just saying in general, that's what it feels like. Like it just seems so fake, you know, like it's not that easy. This shit ain't easy. I'm crying about dumb shit. You know, I see a picture of my daughter was in a, maybe I'll post it on here because I put it, I'll ask her if I can put it on here. She might say no, but it's a picture of her when she was like, I don't know, maybe like 10 and she's in a Ghostbuster costume. And it made me cry. A fucking picture from like how long ago that I've had, and I keep it on my desk, in my office, and it's been there. And I just look at it and I kind of chuckle, but it's like for some reason, you know, after I scanned it, I was gonna throw it away in the garbage, and it's just like, damn, you know, like I feel like I'm throwing away my kid, like. And I'm thinking, I scanned it. Like, the picture's, like, all ratted and, like, It's not even like like I think I had some sticky thing on it before because I had it pinned up somewhere. And it's like making me feel bad that I'm throwing away my daughter in the trash. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is like, it's just an old picture. It's like, and then I have all these pictures that I saved. I have a big box downstairs that I saved all these pictures and like mementos and stuff. And I can't even look at them because they make me sad. So it's like, I'm holding all this shit for what? For me to like never look at them again? But, I can't bear to throw this stuff away, like, pictures and mementos, I'm having a really hard time letting go. And it's like, it's not like it's like boxes and boxes and boxes, but it's a decent amount. So it's like, I'm just going to hang on to this stuff until I'm not here anymore. Like, I don't know. Like, this is just the kind of stuff that, if you're thinking about moving and following your dreams and actually doing, the hard shit, like, yeah, this is the stuff you're going to have to go through. Maybe it doesn't affect you. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It's just, going through all this shit and I'm just like feeling sad walking around my empty house. And it's just like, there's so much shit to go through in a home. And it's like, you start thinking about all the money you've wasted. Cause it's like, I gave away like hundreds, probably thousands of dollars of shit already. I made I think I made $1,000 at the garage sales. It's only big ticket items. Like, I don't have the time to go and do garage sale after garage sale, and then you're going to have people that are going to come look at the house soon. And I just don't want to have all this shit in the garage. And I'm just hanging on to it. I just want to get rid of it. So when the time comes and we do have a buyer, it's less stuff for us to have to move. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and talk about what was going on and kind of get that out of my system. And I don't know if anybody's even going to watch this shit. They just see somebody crying on camera, but I feel better now. So thank you for whoever watched. All right, that's it.